balancing act between like what I kind of want on the coffee or not, like what I want in the coffee. So trying to figure out whether I need more sugar or less sugar. But yeah. Oh, it's nice. A bit bitter. But I don't know if I would want it any sweeter. Oh. So we're back here, another morning, another coffee, another day ahead of us. Got to do some work today. Oh gosh, I just had something at the forefront of my mind that's completely gone now. What was I going to say? I'm not even sure. Wow, I literally just had something I was going to say in my head. And then as I went to say it, it vanished. Oh, I was probably going to say I would normally have a game at this time in the morning. Game that I play in. But still on a little bit of a hiatus. So I'm not playing that today. But I'm going to just use the time to probably make a few videos. Do some editing, probably. That's the main thing I need to do. I need to do some editing today. And anything else that I realistically need to put some work into. Trying to think what I need to do for that. I was going to do some map making, but I actually found some really great artwork for the maps that I needed. In fact, for those of you interested, let me see if I can pull up the website. It's on Patreon that I subscribed to this guy on. I subscribed to him, well, them, I suppose. I don't know. I shouldn't presume. I subscribed to basically get some very specific maps, which I often do with people. But how many people am I actually currently sub to on there? A few. I've got a few like patrons that I subscribe to. The latest one is Dr. Mapso, who makes some very interesting maps. See if I can't show you a little bit of this. That's all good. So this is the guy's website, Dr. Mapso. This is one of the ones. Maybe I'll do like a video going through some of these people that I subscribe to or follow or patronise. I don't know what the word would be there, but yeah, this guy has some good stuff, and like, there's a load of maps, like all the way down here. I think there's some 300 maps. You can get a little taste of the map. So if you're looking for digital maps for D&D or any TTRPG really, you should go check this guy out. The maps are really good. They're very good quality, very varied as well. And I guess a couple of the other ones. I mean, why not? Why not show you? After all, why shouldn't I? There is Crosshead, which is another one that I use. I use mostly less the maps and mostly the assets from Crosshead. You can see some of the tokens there. I guess I shouldn't probably be showing you everything on here, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea of the sort of stuff that you can find on here, if you wanted to. So, if you remember, I was doing a cathedral-like building. I actually did not see this building beforehand, but when I did, I was like, oh my gosh, I literally was designing a cathedral that looked identical to this. some of the maps. I guess you can't really see any of the maps. It's not really showing many of the maps, but there you go. It's a good map maker. And then there's type maps, which I also use. I use type maps specifically for Dungeon of the Mad Mage, but Tyke also has some other maps as well. Been doing some Dragon Eyes, but I do the Dungeon of the Mad Mage one. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, that's Foundry. What? It's tempting. But, yeah. Some stuff here. Sounded like old. What's this? Expired. Oh, yeah, it's just like some stuff. Yeah, so these are, just some of the maps for Mad Mage. Like, look at that. Look at this map. Isn't that crazy? This is the 3rd level. And that's not including this section here, I don't think, which runs into Skullport. But yeah, there's this whole sort of section on level 3. Very good map. And I used to be subscribed to Griffin's Saddlebag, but I don't really use Griffin's Saddlebag anymore. I've used like a couple of items, but I find them nothing to do with Griffin's Saddlebag, but for me it's just inconvenient to add them on for games, and so I just don't use them anymore, which is fine. Oh, this is flickering a little bit in the background. And then the other person that I'm subscribed to is Cthulhu Architect, which is specifically for handouts, though there is a lot of stuff in here for like maps for more modern things. I'm guessing more for like Call of Cthulhu and that sort of thing, but I don't really run that, so it's not so useful for that for me. I don't really use the Patreon here because this is all for the maps, but things like this, the handouts on Cthulhu Architect, I'm subscribed to use that without the watermarks, and there's a load of stuff on there. It's really great to use, very, very easy to make cool looking handouts without doing your own thing on like Photoshop or something like that, which I used to do. I used to do it all on Photoshop, but I just kind of, I guess, gave up on doing that because it's a lot of work. I guess it's not that much work, but it's still, I would say it's just easier to use that. It's a bit more accessible, and I prefer using it. But yeah, it's good for handouts, and I use that quite frequently for said handouts. Yes, so that's a little bit of an insight into some of the things that I buy for D&D. So that's one of the reasons why, you know, paid games are totally valid, right? I pay for a bunch of stuff for access for cool maps and for things like that, and you know, I've got to cover those costs and their expenses for my business. But like, you know, if you're playing with someone, those maps don't come for free unless they literally like steal them from the internet, which, you know, is a bit morally ambiguous at best, probably wrong. But yeah, there you go. Oh, delicious. Well, maybe not delicious. It feels delicious because I want a coffee. It doesn't taste great though. It's quite bitter. But yeah, with the syrupy sweetness, it's very strange to describe. Try and think if there's any fun facts or things to talk about. I guess I've mentioned a little bit about the Patreons and stuff. I used to be there for Griffin's Saddlebag. I know I already mentioned that. But whilst I don't use the Patreon. Part of the reason there's no point for me using the Patreon anymore is because there's the books on D&D Beyond, which is just more convenient for me to use, you know. And I know that they don't provide all the new stuff that gets added into the Griffin Saddleback Patreon. Some of the cool and important ones get added in there, so I kind of think there's a benefit to using those. But yeah, it's I guess interesting to look through the stuff on there and see cool magical items, but it's just not convenient for me to use. Because beforehand I was using Roll20, so I wouldn't even use it on there. I'd have to copy the stuff over, and I just found myself like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Besides, there's so many cool magic items in the other books that, like, I just never use them anyway. But I have kind of dabbled in using the Griffin Saddleback stuff. But yeah. Talking of Griffin Saddleback and magical items, my party were going through a dungeon earlier, and they're fighting, or were fighting a bear, and they basically one-shot the thing. I thought it was going to be this big epic fight, but they absolutely slaughtered it, which is funny because, like, I haven't overpowered them. That's the thing. But in all fairness, they are using 2024 sheets, so that is also like a reason why they you know clapped hard. So because I after the fight they were like, one of the players who was also a GM had said like that was just so easy, but actually that bubble is probably going to be burst when the new monster manual is used for them, because I didn't use it for that fight. I guess that kind of dates when I recorded this episode, right? The monster manual wasn't widely accessible to use. I only use it when I have the physical one. But like it, yeah, man, it was just a wipe for them. They wiped the floor with that thing. So I'm looking forward to looking at the new beer when I get that book, because I need it. I need it quick. Oh. Oh gosh. Need to do some stretches. I really do need to do some stretches. My back is not feeling good the last few days. So that would be a good idea. So, I hope you're all doing well. Hope things are going well for you. Let me know in the comments how things are. If they're not going well, then, you know, I'm sorry to hear that. I get it, it does happen. And the world is a bit of a state, isn't it? So, who knows what the world will be like at the point that this gets released. Who knows? Absolute craziness. Well guys, that is my coffee done. So I'm going to end the video here. But I hope you enjoyed. If you